from PGDM-33. We'll be your hosts for today's special occasion, the KMA Student Chapter Inauguration for the academic year 2025-26.
Respected Chief Guest, Mr. K. Harikumar, CEO of Arivaidishala Kottakil and President of the Kerala Management Association, Chairman of SCMS Group of Educational Institutions, Dr. GPC Nair, Vice Chairman, Dr. Radha Tevanur, Group Director and Registrar, Dr. Indu Nair, Director, International Relations, Mr. Prateek Nair, Group Director, Dr. Baiju Radhakrishnan, Director, Strategic Alliances, Mr. Balagopal B, Principal, SSTM, Dr. J. Lakshmi Mahesh, Head of the MBA Department, Dr. Dulari SS, Faculty Coordinators, respected faculty members and dear students, a very warm welcome to each one of you.
It gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all to this significant event that marks another milestone in our academic journey, the inauguration of KMA Student Chapter for the year 2025-26.
Let's begin this event by seeking the blessing of Almighty. I request everyone to rise for the prayer. I now invite Maria Joseph and Radhashri from PhD for the prayer.
Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, Sarvesham shantir bhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, Sarve santu niramaya, Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kashchit dukkha bhave, ma kashchit dukkha bhave.
Good afternoon. It is indeed my honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome to each one of you on this special occasion, the inauguration of the Kerala Management Association Student Chapter at SCMS. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. K. Harikumar, CEO of Arivaidishala Kottakil and President of the Kerala Management Association, Chairman of SCMS Group of Educational Institutions, Dr. GPC Nair Sir, Vice Chairman, Dr. Radha Tevanur, Group Director and Registrar, Dr. Indu Nair, Director, International Relations, Mr. Prateek Nair, Group Director, Dr. Baiju Radhakrishnan, Director, Strategic Alliances, Mr. Balagopal B, Principal, SSTM, Dr. J. Lakshmi Mahesh, Head of the MBA Department, Dr. Dulari SS, Faculty Coordinators, respected faculty members, and dear students. A very warm welcome to each one of you. Your presence here today truly enriches this gathering and adds great significance to this occasion. It gives me immense pleasure to extend a very special and respectful welcome to our Chief Guest, Mr. K. Harikumar, President of the Kerala Management Association and Chief Executive Officer of Arivaidishala Kottakil. Sir, we are deeply honored by your presence today. With over 4 decades of distinguished service in the Indian chemical and allied industries and more than 2 decades at the board level, your career stands as a true example of visionary leadership. We are grateful to have the opportunity to hear from a leader of your stature, whose vision and commitment to nurturing young management professionals resonate deeply with the spirit of this event. Sir, we welcome you. Finally, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed faculty members whose continuous guidance and membership shape every student initiative, and to all my fellow PGDM and MBA students whose enthusiasm and active participation bring life to this program. Your energy, curiosity, and engagement make every event meaningful and successful. Together, let us make this KMA Student Chapter at SCMS a platform for learning, collaboration, and growth. Thank you, and once again, a very warm welcome to all.
To mark the beginning of this auspicious occasion, we shall now proceed with the lighting of the lamp ceremony, symbolizing the dispelling of darkness and the spreading of knowledge and wisdom. May I invite our dignitaries to kindly come forward for the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. presidential address, I now invite Dr. Radha Devandu, Vice Chairman of SCMS Group of Education Institutions.
Kumar sir, President of KMA and CEO, Portakal Inauguration. Group Director, Dr. Vaiju Radhakrishnan, Balagopal sir, Heads of Department, Dr. Dulari, other faculty members. We have two faculty from Jansen's Business School today on campus. Both of you, I'm so sorry I didn't get your name. And faculty members and their students. A very good evening. See, when all of you joined, be it MBA or PGM, when all of you joined SCMS, we promised one thing. And we welcomed you that way also. As we welcomed you to this wonderful world of opportunities. I repeat that. We said we are welcoming you to this wonderful world of opportunities. And this we repeat for every batch, for every course. Because how is SCMS different? Let's take the example of MBA. The course is, it comes under Mahatma Gandhi University, is offered by SCMS. So what? Take BTech. It's offered by KTU, it is offered by SCMS. PGM is different. It is our program. We curate it, we develop the whole curriculum and we execute it. But otherwise, how are SCMS students benefited in a different way, unlike other students who are in other colleges? Everybody gets opportunities. But we insist, the management insists that every day you should get an opportunity. And one such opportunity is what is happening today. KMA is an organization that has been 68 years old. And how old are we? SCMS? Let me check. 50, oh thank you. Yeah, glorious 50 years. So, when SCMS started, KMA was there. But we have been in the same city, moving simultaneously along. Of course, KMA has a different ladder and we have ours. But the progress, we have always been aiming at development, purely development. I'm not going into the vision or mission of KMA, but you should be knowing the vision and mission of SCMS, which is, pasted everywhere. Primarily, it means good. It means conveying good, making good individuals, imparting knowledge, imparting quality education. That is us. So here we have two organizations who have been playing on the same ground for so long, and we want that to continue years to come. How are you going to be benefited? Since we have MBA and PGM here, how are you as a set of students going to be benefited? I just jotted down the various programs that KMA offers in 1 year. I'm sure all of you would have attended at least one, not all of you, majority of you would have attended one talk series or one Inspire series or something, because we have that, the feeling, until unless you get an exposure to the entrepreneurs, to the working professionals, to managers, to whichever community that you are going to be in, that exposure matters more than what you read on in a book. The book gives you a grounding, but you need to know how to act. And all the Insight series, KMA Inspire series, have been held in KMA House by eminent personalities in their domain. And we as an institution have always taken effort to send students from here. Not only that, pass on the information how the talk has benefited them. Similarly, another one is there's a Young Minds, KMA Young Minds Forum. Primarily meant for boys and girls like you, young boys and girls. At SCMS, we introduce you to a certain platform. That's all that we can do. Okay, we being one of the corporate members, we'll introduce you to a platform. You are a student member for 1 year or 2 years, I do not know. But after that, when you see the benefit that you get after being associated with KMA, learn to be an individual member. The benefit you will directly see, because that is the set of people you move ahead with. It is not only ideas, it's about opportunities. Umpteen number of opportunities are spoken about in these talks and series. We have a KMA annual awards, an event where, I do not know, the best of the best set of people are selected, are given an audience, and it is at a different level. We have memorial lectures. At SCMS too, we have lectures. In fact, all the PGM and MBA students would agree, we have the III. We have an industry institute interaction. We have somebody from the industry, sometimes it is our alumni, somebody from the industry per se, somebody from your domain, like it's marketing, finance, whichever be the domain, and 1 week it is for the women's club. So every week we have somebody visiting the campus. You're getting a chance extra. Who wouldn't like that extra chance? And at no cost. You are being deputed from here, you can go there, attend. And today, the set of students who came to invite me, I asked them, how many people have you interacted with after going to KMA? What is your takeaway? Have you tried to interact with the main speaker? Otherwise, what is the point? It's not an excursion. There are so many people from different industries visiting or attending the same program. Have you tried to did you ever try to get their visiting card? These interactions should be valued more. They'll come handy during your internships, during your projects, during your employment, and further on for advisors. At one point you may be lost. These are masterminds whom we can depend upon, because that is such people constitute KMA. It is not a normal, it's not a social gathering, it's a professional gathering. And to top it all, we women have our rock and roll as well. We have a wonderful women's forum as well. We have 2 or 3 women's events. Usually it is a KMA Women's Conclave and KMA Women Managers Conclave. I remember meeting students for these 2 events of KMA. You would be surprised to find how energetic women are. Energetic, I would say. And what all domains they are in, what all different areas they are in. Those are sparks for us. As an institution, as an educational institution, we can take you to that level. As a supporting institution, KMA can support you. It is for you to take this opportunity. Make use of this opportunity so that you carve out your future. We are not saying it's not fun and game all day. The 2 years that you are here should be used for far more. We have our incubation center. We have one KMA member who is supplying products for the defense organization, for DRDO. Just a boy like you, he should be 27, 28, that's all. He got this idea from one of the talks in KMA. So, remember, opportunities are unlimited and here is a platform. Make use of it and ensure that it is not just your degree that you take home. It is far beyond for a secure tomorrow. All the best.
We now come to one of the most awaited segments of today's event, the inaugural address by our esteemed chief guest. Sir will be addressing us on a highly relevant and thought-provoking topic, management in the digital age, opportunities and challenges.
It's our honor to introduce Mr. K. Harikumar, CEO of Arivaidishala Cortical and the President of the Kerala Management Association. I now invite Ms. Fazil S. from MBA Batch 23 for the guest introduction.
Blessed afternoon to one and all. It is indeed a privilege and an honor to introduce a distinguished leader, a visionary professional and an inspiring personality, Shri K. Harikumar, the President of Kerala Management Association and the CEO of Cortical Arivaidishala. Shri Harikumar's illustrious career is marked by excellence across both public and private sector enterprises. Since 2003, he has served in several board-level positions, consistently demonstrating exceptional leadership and strategic foresight. He served as the Chairman and Managing Director of HIL India Limited, New Delhi, for over a decade, leading the organization through a remarkable phase of growth and transformation. Under his dynamic leadership, the company received the Award for Excellence and Outstanding Contribution to the Public Sector from then Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, and the prestigious Turnover Award from the Bureau of Reconstruction of Public Sector Enterprises. He was also invited by the Government of India to hold additional charge as Chairman and Managing Director of IDPL and later served as Managing Director of Travancore Cochin Chemicals for over 7 years, during which he also held additional charge of Malabar Cements and Kerala State Drugs and Pharmaceuticals Limited. In recognition to his outstanding contribution, he was honored with the Best Managing Director Award by the Government of Kerala in 2022. His professional journey reflects a legacy of transformation, innovation, and impactful leadership, inspiring generations of management professionals and leaders across sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm and respectful welcome to Shri K. Harikumar, President of KMA and CEO of Cortical Arivaidishala. Sir, the stage is all yours.
Thank you very much. Ms. Radha Tevenur, Mr. Baiju Radhakrishnan, Bala as we call him, and dear friends. It has actually been an honor to come here and get an opportunity to address all of you, because Mr. Pramod has been talking to me and asked me to come, but somehow the time could not match. Thank you very much, Radha, for a wonderful introduction of KMA and why you should become members and why you should become active participants in various KMA dialogues and discussions. Thank you for setting the tone of the meeting. I will get into KMA and why KMA and how KMA is going to benefit you at a slightly later stage. When I was invited to speak, I was just asking them about what are the topics you would like me to speak. I think only 2 weeks back, I was giving a convocation address at the School of Management wherein I was talking about some topic. And so I casually inquired what is the subject you would like me to speak on. And they suggested that something to do with the digital and all that. Then I thought, okay, why not digital? Before I get into my speech, first of all, let me acknowledge the visionary Dr. G.P.C. Nair, who built this great institution. This institution is an institution of repute, not only in Kerala, but even across India. So let me salute him for that. That is called organization building. He could build a great organization which could command respect all over. And young minds here, all the boys and girls here, that is what you are all supposed to do. You are all future leaders, you are future innovators, you are future entrepreneurs, and all of you have to build organizations which are future proof. Why I am using the word future proof is basically because organizations are getting challenged. The average lifespan of an organization is coming down. So any organization you build has to be future proof. I don't know whether you have read about a recent newspaper report wherein NVIDIA, which is a company floated in the US, started in 93, has a market capitalization of $4 trillion, which is only 5 countries have more GDP. Probably US at 30, China at 90, Germany at 4.7, India at 4.2, Japan sharing with India at 4.2, and NVIDIA has a market cap of 4 crores of rupees, $4 trillion. That was started just in 93. At the same time, many of the organizations which were there have also gone down. That is what I am saying. The world is going through a great transformation and a lot of disruption is happening in the business arena. When you are talking about disruption, that is what you have to understand. Disruption does not mean only on a negative side, because disruption also throws up a lot of opportunities also. So let us at least talk about how to make organizations future proof, how to build organizations which can last longer, how to build organizations which understand what is happening outside, and how to build organizations so that the organization will sail along the course. These things are very important as management students. That is why I thought, okay, I will talk about disruption. What exactly is disruption? We will get into digital disruption later, but what exactly is disruption? How do you define disruption? Disruption happens when technologies and business models fundamentally change the way an industry operates. And it is very simple. When it happened digitally, it is a digital disruption. Let us look at some disruptions which has happened across the world, or even in India. Let us look at some of the disruptions which has happened. Today you may not even think this is a disruption because you also accept it as part of the normal journey. But actually, all these, whatever name I am going to just suggest, or whatever name you think, everything is existing by disrupting something. And what is it that they are disrupted? Let us understand that. When we go from here to say South Kalmacheri station, we call for an Uber. It's a disruption. When we want to book a ticket, we go digitally and book a ticket. That was also disrupted. When we want to order food, we go through some of the platforms. That again is a disruption. Everything, if you want to order something on Swiggy, which will come in 10 minutes delivery, that again is a disruption. But along with the disruption, what is it that they could bring? Let us look into it. What did Uber disrupt? What did it bring into the table? What is the value they could bring to the table? What did Swiggy or Zomato do? What is the value they could bring into the table? If you ask me, I would say Uber did not just bring in a vehicle at the press of a button. It redefined convenience. What do I mean by convenience? Today, you have the option of either taking your own car, or you can choose not to. You look at the map, you find there is a traffic jam somewhere, or you find it's going to rain, you have the option of not taking a car. So you are redefining your convenience. It's not going from point to point. You are redefining your convenience. Let us not look from a very, very narrow perspective of going from A to B. It's not. It's redefining convenience. What did Swiggy or Zomato do? Zomato, which started in 2008 or something, it was just a restaurant listing platform. It used to rate restaurants and it was just restaurant listing platform. Swiggy, which came in much later, maybe around 2012 or 2013, they could bring in more values. So what is it that they could do? They could actually bring in convenience to us, and that convenience redefined the customer behavior, it redefined the supply chain, and it redefined the entire ecosystem in which it's operating. So again, don't look at it only as a service provider. That service provider existed by redefining the entire business ecosystem. And how did it become disruptive? Because number one, from a restaurant-centric model, because earlier we had to call a restaurant and ask for food. From a restaurant-centric model, it moved to a customer-centric model. Manual order they threw away, it became app-based. And what did the hotel fellow do? He could widen his area, because from Kalamseri he could even service Panamalli Nagar or any other area, because the hotel fellow also could widen his area of operation, and it even could give AA recommendations. You had ordered something in the past, or you have repeated the order, so it used to give us prompt as to, is this the order you want, is this the restaurant you frequent. So basically it made the whole order processing simple. And believe me, ordering a food from a hotel is a very difficult thing. It doesn't come naturally because you will have to think. So this actually, it filtered your thoughts. It also knows what is your favorite food. It also could decide what is it that you could want at this given time. Probably night you could want some particular thing, morning you would prefer some other item. So basically it could do all that, and it redefined convenience, it redefined the supply chain, it also redefined the business ecosystem. So unless you do this, and they also could bring in their delivery partners, it even opened a lot of opportunity to whom? Even the delivery boys, it opened opportunity even to cloud kitchen, so a lot of opportunity came up. And talking about this, let me tell you, as MBA students, you will be passing out shortly. Let me tell you, the world you are going to enter is totally different from what you saw or what you anticipated 2 years back when you joined as MBA or PGDBM students. That time the world was different. Or even 1 year ago, the world was different. 2 years ago, AI was just an emerging trend. AI was, of course, being talked about, but it had not percolated down to this level. Startups were only talking and startups were just experimenting on new topics. But today, technology, even geopolitics, and even social expectations are redefining the way business is done. You all must have read about how geopolitics is affecting. I don't know whether you could follow when Russia imposed certain bans in India, Naira Energy had a lot of challenges. Microsoft decided to shut down the system because Naira could not access any information. They were not even in the cloud. But even then they stopped access and they had to go to the court and get an order. How geopolitics is affecting in normal business is what I am trying to talk about. So these things will affect the business every day. See, long back, the world was much a smaller place in a sense. When the fabric printer was invented 120 years or more ago, it took 100 years for the fabric printer to come out of Europe. Today, iPhone is launched in India along with US. So that shows how the time has shrunk, how we are getting exposed to competition on a day-to-day basis. Long back, I mean maybe around 40 years ago, when I did my MBA, marketing was a very sought after subject. That day when you go out, you could see people zooming in their motorbikes and moving around as salespeople. But today, let me ask you, how many of you have seen a salesman of a big retailer like Amazon or Flipkart? They don't have salesmen. So what are the marketing guys going to do? Salesman is a breed which is fast vanishing. The sales job is being done by technology. And it is being done in a much better way, basically because what does a salesman know? Salesman will come and try to talk about the products. He will come and talk about the attributes. He will come and try to sell you the product which he is going to offer. But technology is not that. Technology is much more intelligent. Technology, through the algorithm, technology knows what exactly you want, which you yourself may not know. From your searching habits, from whatever you are trying to eliminate, whatever information you are going to feed, the technology knows what exactly you want. A salesman only knows from what you tell him. But this is totally different. So when you go to Amazon or Flipkart, or when you go through any e-commerce sites, when you start searching, when you start attributing various parameters, they know what exactly you want, which you yourself may not be knowing. So this sales manager, it also gives you prompts. It also gives you suggestions. It also gives you options. It gives you 101 prompts so that you yourself will be confused. So salesman job virtually has been taken over by technology. And that again is going to offer a lot of challenges. So how do you handle in such a world? What are the marketing guys going to do? How do you handle such a world? And this is only a beginning. It's not that this is going to be an end. This is just a beginning. So that is where I started. The world has changed. It is not from where the time in which you entered this campus. So you probably will have to look at things from a different perspective. You will have to even disrupt the learning you have done. You have to probably unlearn many of the techniques you have studied. You have to look at things from a different perspective. See, basically because the half-life of knowledge has shrunk. I think you all understand the term half-life. Half-life is a term which is generally used in science. And it is basically, what does it mean is, for 50% of the product to decay and perish, it is generally used in physics or radioactivity and all that, even chemistry it is used. Half-life of knowledge has shrunk. When half-life of knowledge has shrunk, you have to continuously innovate and evolve to stay where you are. Another thing which you have to do is be tech aware and not tech blind. I am sure there could be students from not technology background or not science background, from commerce or arts background, who pursued arts only because they did not want to study science or technology or mathematics. But understand one thing, even fish selling is technology now. You have seen many of the apps, even fish selling or even chicken selling is technology. You cannot remain averse. You cannot avoid technology. You don't have to do coding and all that. But you have to be aware of technology. And understand one thing, MBA of the future is not of a manager, but it's a translator between technology and humanity, because the human interface is something which you have to do. So you have to bridge between the technology and the humanity, and that is why I said you have to be a different sort of a manager. It's not the manager in the conventional sense. Another thing what I would like to suggest is keep your eyes and ears open. You don't know where the hit is going to come from. You don't know where the challenge is going to come from. And let me tell you, let us look at some of the very big companies which have been hit. All of you have heard of Kodak company? What was Kodak? Kodak was a company which handled 90% of the film business in the world. Kodak was a company which could handle 85% of the camera business, and they invented the digital camera. They had more than 1,75,000 people. They had They had a gross revenue of more than $7 billion. They had more than $2 billion profit in the N90s. And they invented the digital camera. But you know what they did? They refused to pursue it because that would have affected their film business. What happened? Kodak had to file for bankruptcy. So what I'm trying to tell you is, there are opportunities, and these opportunities you have to keep aware. There are examples aplenty. Nokia was another phone manufacturer. 1 out of every 2 phones sold in the world was a Nokia phone. 40% of the mobile market they used to control. And in 2011 itself they sold how much? 460 million phones. They had $70 billion as revenue and almost 7 billion as profit. More than a lakh of people as employees. What happened? The company finally was taken over by Microsoft. There are many examples. Let us look at an Indian example. Nokia, though, I was talking about the global thing. HMT watches. They used to advertise as the timekeepers of the nation. More than 90% of the watches were sold by HMT. When we were students, parents used to say, if you score a first class in SSTM, I'll give you an HMT watch. Good old days. HMT that was the legacy of HMT. So what happened? Legacy will not sell. You have to continuously innovate. You have to continuously understand what's happening. What did the Nokia lesson tell you? Nokia lesson will tell you that hardware strength means little if you don't follow the ecosystem shift. HMT will tell you unless you continuously evaluate, continuously innovate, legacy will not take you anywhere. Examples are plenty. What did Jio do? Jio rewrote the game by making it data driven. Earlier it was only voice driven. And Jio could actually turn the apple cart and everybody had to follow. What all opportunity did Jio throw up? Not only OTT became a common thing, it even disrupted the entertainment business because everybody started doing it on OTT. It even threw threats even to the theatre business. It opened opportunity for small offices. Entrepreneurs could come. You could actually showcase your products even in Amazon or Flipkart or e-commerce. So let us look at the opportunity which Jio threw up. We all read about how Byju's came and how Byju's collapsed. That is another area which is very interesting. And let me tell you, IM was only 3 or 4 IMs, now it is IMs itself at 22. If Trump is not allowing people to go to US, what do you think? All the US universities will come here. US universities will come here and will even throw challenges unless SCMS also innovate and adjust. It's going to be a challenge even for SCMS also. It is not only SCMS, for anybody. Opportunities are like that. So even SCMS also has to think on how to innovate, how to face the threat, because US universities basically depend on outside people. It is not that they are going to stop the shop if Trump doesn't allow people. They will naturally try to come to India and get the students. Or even if they don't come, if they open the they start offering degrees through correspondence, naturally people would go. Because getting a Harvard degree or a Stanford degree or even an INSEAD degree, sitting in the comfort of your home with a contact class point, is not a bad thing. Because there is a brand value for that. There are many opportunities. There are many things like this. How UPI is disrupting the basic finance ecosystem. And understand one thing, now there are more than 30 billion UPI transactions every month in India. We are the leaders there. Neobanks, all these things are disrupting everywhere. You look at anywhere, there is a disruption happening, and all these disruptions are happening through the digital mode. And if you look at it, there is absolutely, you cannot even imagine, because that's what I said in the beginning. Many of the things you will take it in a stride, you will not even imagine it is a disruption. Even doctor's appointment, you don't have to call up a doctor, practo. Even medicine delivery, you don't have to go anywhere. You go to Tata and 1mg or some other site, you can get your medicine delivered. All these things are getting accepted. All these things are going to happen. All these things are happening. That is why I said keep your eyes and ears open. Unless your eyes and ears are open, you don't know where the heat is going to come from. Even professions are going to be in. And the professions also have to, you have to even re-examine and find your slot. Accountants are going to be hit because the routine bookkeeping can be done by the machine. You don't need an accountant to keep a routine bookkeeping. So he has to move from number crunching to an advisory and data interpretation roles. The roles are changing. Customer service also will change. Customer service can be normal customer service can be done by a chatbot or something. But at a higher level only you need human interface. Even advertising. Creative directors to some level they are not required because you can get AI generated creative. So everywhere there is going to be a hit. But don't panic, it's not that that is the end of the world. This also throws up a lot of opportunities. These are the opportunities you should keep your eyes and ears open. These are the opportunities which you should equip yourself so that you are ready to face the challenges. So what is required? It is basically a leadership role. MBA is not a manager, you have to think about a leadership role. So what is required is a tactical shift from the way something is being handled to how it should be handled. That is important. And that is where organizations like KMA will help you. I come back to KMA there. As told by Ms. Radha Devanu, KMA organizes a lot of programs. KMA organizes a lot of talks by people from various industries, various verticals, people who have seasoned, people who are experienced, people who have faced challenges. They are there. And talk to them. Go there, listen to them. And we also organize many programs. We have a digital summit which is coming up. That will throw open, people from Google itself are coming. Attend all these programs. And wherein we will be throwing up an opportunity for you to understand what is happening outside. It's not that whatever you study in the classes are enough, no. A college will equip you to understand the basic lines, the basic theory part, but the world outside is changing much faster than the teacher at the speed at which he is giving you a note. It is changing fast. So please go remain connected with not only KMA, with any management lectures, with any talk, casual talk with any of the serious professionals, talk to them, try to understand what exactly is happening. And when you do that, you will remain connected with the industry, you will remain connected with the world. And it's not that you will remain connected with whichever industry you are going to pursue, because competition is going to hit you not from the industry. Cameras face competition from what? It is not from a camera competition, it's from the mobile phones. Competition can come from anywhere. Convenience can come from anywhere. Taxi business was actually disrupted by Uber, who doesn't even own a single vehicle. So it can come from anywhere. So keep your eyes and ears open. I didn't want to talk more about KMA because Radha ma'am herself was talking about various opportunities which KMA is offering. Remain connected with KMA, even if you, after you pass out, understand one thing, Remaining connected is not only to pass the exam. Remaining connected is to equip you to even to do your job on a day-to-day basis. When you equip yourself with knowledge, that will enable you to transform across sectors. It is not that once you join a sector, you will remain in that sector. I myself have worked across 8 industries, which has absolutely no connection with anywhere. You can actually work across sectors. Please understand what's happening in the world. Finally, at somewhere, all these things merge, because I was talking about the leadership, I was talking about the management, I was talking about the vision, all these things merge somewhere. So understand one thing, disruption is not a threat, it's an opportunity to reinvent. It's an opportunity to reimagine. It's an opportunity to stay relevant. So take it in your stride. Understand that these things are for real. You can't wish away. Like Uber, some taxi fellow did, you can't do a strike against an Uber and remain that okay and think that that's not going to hit you. These things anyway will hit you. So try to take it as an opportunity, try to reinvent, try to reimagine, try to stay relevant. And understand one more thing, survival is not about strength, adaptability is strength. Learn to adapt, learn to understand what's happening. Once you learn to adapt, automatically you will be able to succeed. And I wish you all the best, stay connected, and wish you all a wonderful time, whatever time is left in SCMS, and for a life year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that enlightening and inspiring session.
Now, I invite our chief guest to hand over the prestigious KMA Student Chapter Institutional Certificate to our esteemed Vice Chairman, Dr. Radha Devanu. To the installation of the KMA Student Chapter bearers and the heading over of certificates. This marks the formal induction of our new office bearers who lead the chapter for academic year 2025-26. I now invite Mr. Mahadevan KR from PGDM Batch 33, the newly nominated Student Chapter President, and Ms. Nandana Sanjay from PGDM Batch 34, the newly nominated Secretary from SCMS Coaching School of Business. I request our Chief Guest to hand over the certificate to the President and the Secretary. I also invite Mr. Pradeep S. Nair from MBA Batch 23, the newly nominated Student Chapter President, and Mr. Rima Thomas from MBA Batch 22, the newly nominated Secretary from SCMS School of Technology and Management. I request our Chief Guest to hand over the certificate to the President and Secretary. I also request Sir to hand over the KMA Student Member Certificate to the office bearers.
Congratulations to all the newly appointed members. May you continue to uphold the values of leadership, teamwork, and excellence.
Now, let's take a moment to look back at the journey of the KMA Student Chapter and the legacy it carries. I request the dignitaries to be seated on the front row.
Kerala Management Association, the various initiatives, and remarkable milestones achieved by our student community over the years. Let's sit back and watch this short video presentation. To everyone who made this day possible, I now invite Ms. Nandana Sanjay to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. It is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks on the special occasion of KMA Student Chapter event. First and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. GPC Nair, Chairman of SCMS Group. I thank the Vice Chairman, Dr. Radha Devanur. Ma'am, your presence today has added immense value and warmth to this gathering. I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. K. Harikumar, President of KMA and CEO of Kotikal Arya Vaidhyashala, for gracing this event with his presence and inspiring us with his words and vision. Sir, your leadership and commitment to nurturing young management professionals truly motivate us. Thank you so much. We are equally grateful to our distinguished guests, Group Director and Registrar Dr. Indu Nair, Group Director Mr. Baichu Radhakrishnan, Deputy Director Mr. Pratik Nair, Director Strategic Alliances Mr. Balagopal B, Professor Lakshmi Mahesh, Principal of SSTM, and HOD of MBA Department, Ms. Dulari, for being with us today, sharing your insights and guiding us with your valuable perspectives. Your experiences and thoughts have truly enriched the session. A special note of appreciation to our faculty members for their continued guidance and for being the pillars behind every student initiative. And of course, a big thanks to the students who joined us today. Your presence truly adds energy and meaning to this event. Once again, on behalf of the organizing team, I extend a heartfelt gratitude to everyone who contributed to making this today's program meaningful and memorable. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day ahead.
For the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्तर बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Happy Inauguration 2025-2026.
Thank you all for your presence, enthusiasm and support. Have a wonderful day